Commissioner Wesner.
I concur with a lot of the information from my three colleagues, and I've wrestled with this one just like we did with Lockwood. So you understand the sieves that I use to go through the process. Property owner acquires a property. That property is subject to the zoning and terms and conditions which the property has at the time that they acquired it. Part of that is that they are in open space and they're permitted to have wild animals. And therefore then our standards stop. So, first sieve they met. Second sieve, they can apply for a conditional use permit, which is their right under our codes. In that conditional use permit, the staff analyzes for does it meet certain criteria and certain elements which they have laid out on their staff report. Then we receive testimony, both for and against. Day and a half now, almost 1,000 pages, several hours. Yes, we're not the experts in biology. We're not the experts in a lot of things, but that's the reason we exist. We have experts. We have public testimony. We're the ones to make the decision. All right? And so what we're relied on is to be this average citizen and reacting to it. Yes, we all bring our own expertises, our backgrounds, whether it's waste management, security, but at the same time, the buck stops here. Now, sadly, I agree, the Board of Supervisors only giving us 75 cents for the buck. So, and that's what we get paid to do. It's a little joke on my part, just so you know. And so it's not an easy decision. I agree with the commissioner. I would not want it next door to me. But at the same time, I'm not out in open space. Lockwood Valley, to me, set the precedent. Here are the standards. We applied the standards. The property owner has a right to expect those standards. And if they come to a conditional use permit, is there a reasonable expectation those standards can be met? Best management practices, qualifications of state and federal requirements as far as these particular animals, the track records, the history that the applicant has demonstrated, all the information, and we weigh it and we sieve it. And it comes down to, do we want a pack of wolves or do we want 2 to 5 tigers, I'm sorry. So the question then gets to the point, is there truly a question of public safety that staff has represented in the capacity question? Is there enough evidence, information to sway my decision one way or the other? And I go back to not only what the applicant's attorney represented, but what my fellow commissioner said. We've evaluated wild animals being contained and applied standards and best practices. So I'm really 51-49 here, but if I'm going to go with the situation through the sieves that I've gone through, is I would have to approve the CUP based on the current standards and situations that exist before this body today.